Hi everyone, I'm your good friend Toby. Today, I'm introducing you to a silent superhero. It's in your school bag, stuck on your fridge, or maybe even in your hand right now. Not your phone, not your lunch. It's paper. Paper seems ordinary today, but it once changed the world. Like silk, spices, and ceramics, paper traveled a long journey along the Silk Road. Let's go back centuries to see how this simple invention connected continents, shared ideas, and shaped history. Over 2,000 years ago, before paper, how did people write? Well, they carved on bones. They used bamboo slips, or they wrote on expensive silk. Imagine carrying a bundle of bamboo slips to school. How heavy would that be? And if you made a mistake, you would have to scrape it off with a knife. What a hassle! Then came a Chinese official named Tai Lun. He was a great inventor in ancient China. He pounded bark, old fishing nets, and rags into pulp, mixed it with water, spread it flat, and dried it. Poof! Lightweight paper was born. How groundbreaking was this? Well, it reduced the weight of a book from 50 pounds to less than 1 pound. The Chinese emperor immediately ordered, "This is a state secret." So the technique of paper making was kept secret for centuries. But secrets can't stay hidden forever. In 751 CE, during China's Tang dynasty, a battle took place in Samarkand between the Tang forces and the Arab Abbasid Caliphate. Legend says that after the battle, captured Chinese papermakers shared their skills with the Arabs. From there, papermaking spread to Persia, Syria, Egypt, and eventually Europe. The Arabs improved the technique by using linen instead of bark to make smoother paper. They built the House of Wisdom in Baghdad, where they translated Greek philosophy and Indian mathematics into Arabic, documenting math, science, and philosophy. Cheaper than parchment, paper allowed more people to read and write, spreading knowledge far and wide. Meanwhile, Buddhist art, like the collection at the Metropolitan Museum, travelled via the Silk Road, allowing religious and philosophical ideas to cross borders. Imagine Persian merchants writing orders on paper, Indian poets copying verses by hand, and students in Damascus reading paper textbooks. Paper made knowledge portable, and the Silk Road made it spread like wildfire. When it reached Europe, it even fueled the Renaissance and the invention of printing. Paper is like a traveller, adapting to each culture. In China, it became ink-wash paintings. Artists used brushes to create mountains and rivers on paper, like this Summer Mountains. In Persia, it was decorated with gold leaf and pigments for the Quran, where every page was a masterpiece. In Europe, it was used in Gutenberg's printing press, and suddenly the Bible was in homes everywhere. Today, paper has superpowers. The security threads on banknotes are thinner than a hair. Heat-resistant paper fibers are used in spacecraft insulation. And even edible rice paper wraps your favorite candies. What if there was no paper? Imagine if Shakespeare's plays were shared only orally. Or if Da Vinci's sketches had to be drawn on expensive parchment. That's why we must cherish resources. Globally, we use 400 million tons of paper yearly, equivalent to cutting down 80 million trees daily. So don't throw away used notebooks, recycle them, and they can become new notebooks, bags, or even help grow new trees. If paper could speak, it might say, I was born in China, crossed deserts and mountains, I've recorded Confucius' words, Newton's formulas, and Beethoven's scores. Now I'm in your hands. What story will you write? Next time you pick up a notebook or scrap paper, remember, this ordinary sheet has a 2,000-year history. It has spanned mountains, deserts, and empires, connecting scholars, artists, and everyday people. All of this began with clever Chinese papermakers and the winding Silk Road. Thank you, and see you next time. See you next time.